Good morning. It's Marla, and I want you to really pay attention to my link down here today because I've got something for you that we're going to talk about. But let me ask you this. Have you ever felt there was one time in your life when you felt like a rock star? Everything you wanted to do just came together for you the way it should. I've had a couple of them. I said there was one, but I actually remember two. And there's more. But I wasn't like going to be on stage and out there, waving flags. I wasn't going to be on the bandwagon with a bunch of other stars. But a rock star is where you are in your own mind when your business has come through for you the way you planned it, the way you wanted it, or your life comes through the way you wanted it, or the way you imagined it. So, lightning doesn't strike until you have a lot of preparation. That moment where you go from plotting to woof, it happens because there's things going on in your head that are setting you up for that stage, that are setting you up for that particular event. So let me explain to you one of my rock star moments. At least I'm going to call it a rock star moment because I had a roadmap, but I didn't always know where I was going with it. So in college, I was in leasing and management of a private student housing. That was cool. Go on, finish college, get a teaching credential, try to get into teaching, and it was hard. I had 4 interviews, got one offer. I took it, but then it was a school that overstaffed itself. So I know in February, before the school year is over, that things are going to go south with this particular job. And I really didn't have a passion about teaching in the public school system. I had a passion about teaching, but not about in the public school system. So what else can I do? So I quickly thought, well, hey, I didn't go knocking about and being a bum like I wanted to be when I was in college. It's like I wanted to take a year off and be a ski bum, and I wanted to sail. I wanted to do all that stuff. So even though I was depressed because I lost the job, I took it personally. Sure, we all do. We take change personally sometimes when we shouldn't. I wasn't as resilient then as I am now. And I made I had a list of about 10 things going on that I wanted to do. Well, I wanted to go find a ship to crew on. I wanted to figure out a way to work in one ski area for the winter and one lake area during the summer. Just made this healthy list of things to do, and actually just I was going to waitress and pay for my fun. That was it. And I was going to move from town to town. That was in my head. But serendipity had it as I've been making this list. I've got a friend who's a sailor, and he gets the sailing magazine, and he comes to me and he says, "Look what I found." And he knew I was down in the dumps. And this was probably the second week. So I'd already made my list. I knew I was smart enough to start making my list, not wallow too long. And he brings to me an advertisement that says, "Female instructors needed for Hurricane Island Outward Bound School. First year for females." So they were going to take students. They were going to take female students for the first time, and they were going to take female instructors. And I went, oh, what do I have to lose? Now, was I a master sailor? No, I had more boating experience than I had sailing experience, but I had 2 years sailing experience. But the boating experience added it up. And it was like a why not? I applied, I got the job. I had the best summer of my life. Not only teaching people sailing, but survival skills. It was not a luxury place. We're talking outdoor survival. But I thrived there. And so that was serendipity to me, that my friend knew I wanted to do all these things because we talked about it, but he found the ad and I acted. So here's the deal with rock star status. That to me was rock star. That's where I wanted to be at that time in my life. I had made it because everybody else went back into the old grind of finding another teaching job somewhere else and having to get into the same political mess. And let me tell you, that stuff that goes on today existed 50 years ago. It's just more obvious today. And that wasn't a place for me because you know what? I'm a fixer. I'm a rabble rouser. I'm going to go find a way. I'm kind of like that ooze that, okay, you might say that this is how it's done. I'm going to find the crack and I'm going to go find a way through. So that was really just fun for me. So when I'm done and I get married and I do a couple of sales jobs that were really good, but it wasn't what I needed at the time, I just kept looking at, well, what did I do during college? My gosh, I really enjoyed that. So I found myself back in leasing and property management. And as I worked for people that absolutely sucked at what they did, like they were my managers, and they treated clients rudely and they lost business, and I'm just waiting for the owner of this 300 unit complex to kind of like get it, then they'd fire them and I'd run the place for 3 months until they hired their new manager. And then the new managers would always come in and they'd say, well, you're going to have to go because you were loyal to the last person. And I said, like heck I am. I am loyal to this property, and let me tell you why. And of course, they were all taken aback because in those days, you didn't speak up for yourself. Well, somehow I got lucky. I always speak up for myself. And then what happens is I'm always in the back of my head, I got this little mantra going that says, one day I'm going to own my own property management business. One day I'm going to own my own property management business. So, this cycles through. I work at this place for 4 years. I work for Coldwell Banker for a year. And all this time I'm getting some education. I'm meeting people and I start getting job offers. And one was for a company that actually was losing money, had been losing money for 3 years. They had a lousy manager, and the manager had just had a car accident and couldn't be there. So the woman that I had connected with was this man's general manager. And she finally said, it's now or never. So I went down, did the interview, got the job, and ran the business for a year and made it profitable again. So I stopped the leak. I stopped the money leak, made it profitable, turned the man's investments around so that they were profitable too. So that was kind of fun. That was an adventure. I'm young. I'm not quite 30. And then go to lunch one day and he says, I'm going to sell the business. Well, I just made it profitable. I'm going to sell the business, and what I'm going to do, and so I'm not giving you a raise, and I don't know if you'll have a job. And I just said, I'll buy the business. It's like, so where did that come from? It wasn't planned. It was because I was ready. I was mentally ready. So I called that a rock star moment. My roadmap had been to just do my jobs well, learn what to do, what not to do. But when the moment came, I had no idea it was coming. I took it. And that business was so good to me. And I was so good to the people that worked with me that I was able to sell it 10 years later to those same people. So what have I been doing since? Well, I became a mom after that. And that was a rock star moment. Now I don't have all of the other things that I was doing and the clutter. So I'm working for my next rock star moment. What's it going to look like? Well, I know what it's going to involve. It's going to involve me helping more people with their online marketing, with their success, with their network marketing businesses, because I really do know how to help people build. But the second thing is people have to believe in themselves. They have to believe in taking the action. So to have a mantra that something's going to happen is about taking action. But if you're running around there and say, well, one day I will, one day I will. No, it's like when I own my own business, when I am certain level in my network marketing business, when I have made this many sales, I'm going to go do this. So I'm not one of those people that I'm going to buy a diamond ring when I get something. That has never motivated me. What has motivated me is how many people can I help meet their dreams? Sound weird? Well, yeah, I financially get taken care of, but if I focus on the finances, I choke. I choke. So I know that the more people I help, then I'm going to find another rock star status. And I'm kind of excited about that. So here's my offer to you. And I hope you listened, because I hope you're all still here at the end, because I'm on a call tonight with one of the top leaders in the online marketing business. and she's a marketing guru, 22 years, and she invited me to be one of her guests. So hit successwithmarla.com, hit that first green button. Come on in tonight, Wednesday the 26th, and get an earful, get an eyeful, because we'll be on Zoom. And then get ready to get your roadmap to Rockstar, and you're going to find that link on Success with Marla also. So I will talk to you soon. If you have any questions, comments, put them in here. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Bye-bye.